You know, the winter has only been cold in a relatively small area of the northern plains. A lot of the United States, it's been a relatively mild winter. Well, the northern plains and parts of southern Canada finally going to get a taste of a mild spell this week. I'll show you what's up with that, but rest assured, cold weather will dump back south and to other areas of the Great Lakes region as well. The storm track has been shifting mostly in the eastern Corn Belt and eastern seaboard with a lot of rain and snow there. That's not going to change. More stormy weather likely headed for those areas. So the frigid weather into the northern plains has been set up by a very persistent flow in the jet stream coming out of the northwest. Now there are always variations of that. It'll go this way and that way and this way, and its angles will shift a little bit from time to time. This week, as we go in through the week, there's going to be a little bit of a bulge coming out into the northern plains. That should give us a nice little warm up early in the week. We'll cool down modestly, and then I look for it to warm up again later in the week. So a few rounds of at least potential melting weather into the northern plains. Eastern end of the Great Lakes will still stay relatively cold. Of course, a lot of this region has just had a massive snowstorm, and so that's going to help keep the weather fairly cool as well as the persistent jet stream pattern. Note, we're still looking, though, at a northwest flow. That hasn't changed, and so as we get toward the weekend, we're likely to see colder weather dumping back. Probably not as cold as what we've been through recently, but it will look fairly cold toward this first weekend of February, and even some frigid air coming down at some point. As we move into the second week of the period, think mid-February, there will be kind of a leveling off. The jet stream still coming out of the northwest, so most of the Great Lakes, the northern plains will be quite cold. This particular shape does favor another storm along the Atlantic coast area, and that's going to mean probably another round of significant moisture for the eastern edge of the Corn Belt at some point. And note where the cold air ends up at the end of the period. We're going to see more of that. In fact, I think we'll probably continue to see surges of cold weather into at least the northern plains and the western Great Lakes, not only through February, but the way it looks to me, I suspect we'll probably see that on at least into March this year. This first week, there will likely be one snow system, a little mid to late week, coming out of southern Canada, coming out of the southern Rockies, and that'll likely move across the northern tier. And we may see some of that snow getting into the northern Dakotas and parts of Minnesota. Probably not a huge snowmaker, but one that would be a shovelable, measurable snow. Most of the U.S. looks dry. Rain in the southeast and out over the Atlantic where it's raining on the fish. The second week, looking dry out west, probably a little snow for the spine of the Rockies. I see another wet system with rain and snow and probably some freezing rain in between for the eastern part of the country. Northern plains, for the most part, looking like it's going to stay relatively dry.